is going to be is getting your attention a lot more on the follow through and not the backswing. Okay, I think that's the first thing. Okay, I think backswing, I don't think is going to matter too much with your irons, right? And I think if you get lost in trying, we've talked a wee bit about this before, generally, if you get lost in trying to make this mythically perfect backswing there, you know, I think you're blind to what you do on the way through. I think the key to your downswing is going to be to get your body, your weight shift, to almost control the downswing a little bit more. I think what tends to happen with you is when you come in, I think your body can slow down and your hands can kind of take over. So I think that the key is almost going to be when you're coming through the ball is to get the feeling that your body is going to control it a little bit more. So you're sort of turning your body through and controlling it a little bit more like that. That makes sense? That's kind of where we're going. How we get there and what feels we use can vary a little bit depending on what we're working on. Okay, if you stand there, okay, and you just imagine you're setting up to a golf ball. There's a wedge. Okay, we'll just call it a wedge. Put your hands across your chest. Go a wee bit narrower. So if we think about that's your setup, right? Now just turn into your backswing. So that's your backswing. Okay. Now we're going to think about the downswing now. So when you come through, just turn everything and just get the body, just turn the body through to the finish. That's it. Do that again. So that feeling when you're coming into the ball, the feeling of turning your chest and your hips into the ball like that, when you're coming through, you get the idea?
Yeah, I'd need to flare this foot out.
Okay. So basically, if you think about what the body does, watch this. So there's your setup, your backswing. That's your backswing. What your body does is as you turn through, as you rotate that through, your weight goes back onto your left foot, and everything very much finishes round it. It's quite a simple move. You're just kind of going there, and then you're going through there. Okay. Okay. So just back and then just through. Good, that motion. So that's where the keys go. Now let's turn our attention a wee bit to this mythical thing, the old forward shaft lean, compression, stabilised club face, that sort of thing. So keep them around the front here. So how does that all match up? Well, if you imagine, if I take an impact bag here, right? If you imagine I was trying to just put a kind of solid hit on that impact bag. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put the club, let's make it a bit more sharp, let's make it a little bit more there. So I'm just going to put the club there, okay? And I'm just going to take the club back to there. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and get to there and I'm going to try and swing down so that when I hit that bag, I'm going to put a little dent in the bag. Now I'm not wanting you to knock the living daylights and break your wrists on this. But what we're actually doing there, we're hitting something that's quite heavy. What I would expect you to feel here when you're hitting this bag is, what I want you to feel is, what does it feel like when I go into what does my downswing feel like? What I feel when I do this, when I get to there, I'm very aware of my body, my chest and my stomach muscles rotating. I'm very aware when I get to there of doing that. You see that there? What I wouldn't want to do is get to here, kind of stop my body and then flick it, because that, to me, that would be a very weak position. That makes sense? If you were chopping a tree down with an axe, right? There's your tree trunk, here's your axe. I don't think you'd want to go back there, Craig, and hang back and flick the axe in with your hands like that, because basically there's no power, is there? So what you'd probably do if you were a lumberjack for a living is you'd probably get your axe, you'd be there, there's your tree trunk, you'd learn how to use the big muscles of your body to compress, and that in effect is compression, you see? So if you're getting to here and you're just sticking that in there, look where my hands are when I hit that. I'm not going to want to be back here and flick it that way.
It's weird because that's what I'm going for, and if you're saying that's what I'm doing, it's feel versus real. It doesn't feel like I'm hanging back and flicking.
Exactly. But it's just and this is the we've talked about this before. This is the tricky thing about working on downswings. It's great when you're sitting there at 1 o'clock in the morning and we're scrolling through YouTube and guys are going, just do that, and that. You know, that sounds really good. But when you're actually in a golf tournament, you're over the ball. It's got to be really simple. And it's trying to make something that potentially can be quite complicated and then make it simple. That's what we're fighting for here.
Okay.
Grab your wedge, right?
Right, sure.
Just set yourself up to the side of that bag.
Yeah.
Take your normal stance. Good. Now, I don't want a massive big backswing. I only want you to come in from about here.
Mm-hmm.
But all I want you to think about is putting a little dent into the bag, okay? There you go. Just give it a wee tap like I did there. That's it. Okay? Do that again. And tell me when you're hitting that bag, tell me what are you predominantly feeling, okay? What part of your body are you aware of when you give that bag a little pop?
Lats and
Just do it naturally, and I'll let you hit it a little bit harder now, okay? I'll let you hit it a little bit harder. Is that a handsy hit? Does it feel like you're using your wrists a lot?
no.
No, so it doesn't feel, come back, bring it back again. So it doesn't feel like you want to do that,
Yeah.
is it? There's no way you know you can do that.
I think
okay?
I've got into the one of the swing thoughts is like having to release the wrists, you know. So maybe that's
Well, I'm no interested. I'm interested in hitting the bag at the moment. Okay. So go again. Give it. I'll let you give it a wee bit of a pop again. On you go. A little bit of a pop. So I want you to. So what are you feeling? What part of your body? Just throw it out. What part of your body are you aware of when you're hitting that?
well, side crunch, my core.
Yeah. So in other words, we're filling in the gaps here. But if you set yourself up again, so when you get to here, right, you don't want to feel like your hands and arms are coming down on their own, do you?
No.
You're almost feeling like these muscles here are unwinding
Yeah.
into the bag. You feel that?
Yeah.
Do that again. So swing back, stop. Now, feel them?
Yeah.
That's it. So your big muscles in your hips
Yeah.
and your legs, where all your power is in them.
Yeah.
They're kind of unwinding, aren't they? That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Okay. So if we look at this here, if I go back to one of your earlier wedges, right? This is you here, right? Right. So there's your backswing. Okay, now you're just doing a little backswing there. Okay, but if we look at when you come down now, you'll come in from there, and often what will happen when you get to about there is your body will stall a wee bit, and that's not a bad one to be fair, but often we can get the feeling that the hands are kind of, the club head's passing the hands.
Already.
It's interesting with that one, you can see how there's definitely a lot more forward shaft lean, isn't there?
Yeah.
In that one there, you see as you're coming through, definitely a lot more forward shaft lean. In fact, you probably almost say there was too much, but certainly from there, that would definitely be a wee bit more of what we're trying to get there.
Yeah.
You see that there? If we look at that from the other side, here you are from the other side. Oops, it easy, ignore that one. And it's interesting what you'll maybe see from there is there's definitely quite a bit of kind of opening up of the hips as you come into impact there. You see that there? So the hips are really kind of opening up.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe you might feel that maybe in this one here you're a lot squarer with the hips.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm kind of hinting at with that. I think is one of the keys to good iron play with you. I think one of the keys is this feeling when you come into your downswing of controlling your iron shots with your body as you turn through. Now where does that lead? So if you think of the bad shot that goes left, what causes the shot to go left? Closed club face, right? But if you think a closed club face is going to happen a lot more when you're back here, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're turning through the ball like that, and your club head is behind your hands as you're coming through, far less likely to hit it with a closed club face. So what I'm hoping there, if we can get that little bit more forward shaft lean, it hits down on the ball, it controls the club face better. That's what we're kind of looking for. That makes sense. So that's quite a nice wee drill, that the old impact bag, because what you can do is when you see the impact bag, you can just stand there and just give it a little bit of a tap.
Yeah.
And
I've got one at home as well.
yeah, often without trying to do anything, if you just zone in on your body, what am I feeling there?
Yeah.
What I feel there is, I just feel when I get to there, my hands and arms don't want to do anything, and I just feel this part of my body here is just turning, like a lumberjack chopping a tree down with an axe. You see that there?
Yeah.
Now what's interesting when you do that was how good that position was
Uh-huh.
there. Now, what I'm saying here, when we could maybe start off and hit like some 60, 70 yard wedges and just get to here and just through the ball, just feel your body, be really aware of just letting your chest and your hips kind of turn through the ball, okay? So you're getting that sort of nice feeling of sort of striking down into the back of it. That makes sense?
Yes.
So you take your stance, get yourself up. And we practice swing just at the side of the ball. That's it.
How's the grip looking?
I think it's looking great.
It's looking good.
Keep the hands slightly in front of the shot. So what I want, swing it back to about chest height, so you're coming in from there. Now, here you are here. Now, slowly start your downswing. That's it. So what you want to feel, rather than the desire to, so rather than the desire to kind of swing down with your hands and arms, you almost want to feel that that part of your body's hitting the golf ball. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So it's almost like you get, just let the chest and the hips kind of turn through the ball. Keep the body turning through the shot, okay? Good. And again. Obviously the big difference now between the impact bag and the swing now is that you're not stopping at impact. It's going to be the feeling of getting right through to the end of the swing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to hit what we're going to do here. We're just going to hit a couple of like little 3/4 wedges. You don't even have to go that far, just on that 100-yard side, okay? Keep the ball kind of middle of your stance, hands a wee bit forward. That's good.
Then what?
That's it, that's okay. That's okay. So this is what we're searching for here is swing back to the halfway back again. What happens now? What initiates the downswing, right? We know we don't want a lot coming from the hands and arms. We know we want to keep that quieter, and we know we want to get a good sensation of turning through with your chest and your hips. That makes sense. It's just you don't have to try and force it. You're just trying to become aware of what it feels like. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep it. Sorry. I'm going to keep you. One thing I'm going to get from you as well is keep you so you're quite forward in your stance there. Come around the front. So I would say certainly when you've got your short irons and your wedges, let's keep you around about the middle of your stance.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't get that way because that's
Yeah.
we need to have you there,
Yeah.
middle,
Yeah. We've done
fairly
this before,
centred.
yeah.
So you're hitting it that way. We
Right.
don't want you off your left heel because that's
Yeah.
going to promote.
I think that's another thing that can creep back.
That's middle stance. Good. Just let the body turn it through. Keep the body turning. Keep the chest and the hips rotating through the ball.
I really feel like exaggerated.
Yeah, you don't have to force it. You don't have to force it. You just have to just get a feel for it. That's all. You see, it's interesting. If you come and see that again, this is interesting. So that one there, once again, the attack angle was positive. You see, if you look at the shot before it, the attack angle was down. So I definitely want to keep you hitting down on the ball.
Yeah.
As soon as that attack angle becomes positive,
Yeah.
that's the one often that sends the ball to the
Yeah. It should never be
to
positive.
that left hand side. Exactly. I'll practice them. See what? Now, it's interesting watching practice things. Watch this. You come round here. When I look at you, you look like a guy who's thinking a lot about your backswing on a practice swing because I'm watching you, and you're doing little kind of rehearsal moves here. I quite like I'd like a wee practice swing where you maybe do something like this, where you set up and you just gently glide it back to about waist chest height, and then from there you sort of you almost rehearse that part of the golf swing.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not worried too much about what you're doing there. You're just taking it back, and then it's just
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
Yeah.
At the moment when I'm watching you, it looks like your attention's back here. Now I
Yeah.
know you, because you've obviously thought about your backswing a lot, so you probably are a bit locked into what you're
Uh-huh.
doing here. But how about we do a practice swing where you just get to here and just let the body
Okay.
finish there.
Mm-hmm.
Finish, show me that perfect follow through position, okay? Think downswing.
Yeah.
Not interested in the backswing. Think downswing. Yeah, and feel where you are. See when you get at the end of the swing, so you really feel rotated
Yeah.
and through the shot. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Good. Up to the ball now. I really want you to think downswing now. I really want you to think about what you're doing on the downswing. Better. Better. I really think for you the downswing is going to be the key to better iron play.
Uh-huh.
Quick catch that one on there, we missed that path there a bit. Show me a nice practice swing again. Show me a nice follow through. Yeah. What does a good follow through feel like? There's a great question for you.
Okay.
What does a good follow through feel like? Like that. Oh, there we go. There's a couple of really nice numbers. So path very neutral,
Uh-huh.
but attack angle 3.8 on the down.
Yeah.
So got a really good, and you weren't, it's interesting, you weren't trying to hammer that, but you got a really, I know it got a wee bit left, but you got a really nice bit of compression
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Be interesting how we look at that from down the line actually. So if we look at that one there. Okay. Coming in nice. Club working a wee bit more left, you see? See the club, you know what I mean by left?
Yeah.
So it's working a little bit more under that line there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now that would explain a lot, because if you think about this, if you're coming through that ball and your body's stalled
Yeah.
and you're where's your club going to go?
Yeah.
That was the one we saw that went miles left.
Yeah.
If you're going through the ball and you're turning and your body pull your arms through, the club might feel like it works a wee bit more left through impact.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense. So I wouldn't fight that.
No.
I wouldn't be trying to, like you might do with a driver. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be trying to chase it out there.
Yeah.
I'd let it go left with my body. Okay. So once again, show me that good follow through. Good. Up to the ball now. What does a good follow through feel like? What does a good follow through feel like? Okay. Like that. What did that feel like?
Easy.
Once again, really good numbers here. You see, look at that there.
Uh-huh.
Some really good numbers there again.
Wow.
3.6 on the down. Interestingly, you're not actually, your club path's holding fairly neutral, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is quite interesting. Okay. So I think it maybe lost it above the roof there, that one. That's why I didn't register a final distance on it. But what was nice about that was, you know, it's not like you're coming massively over the top of the shot,
No.
which is interesting. You actually, in fact, if anything, coming a bit more neutral
Yeah.
through it.
Uh-huh.
And again. Sometimes you'll see, what's this in a second? Sometimes you'll see good players when they do a wee rehearsal. They might not necessarily rehearse a full backswing. It could be for you, it could be something just like, it could be just like half a backswing, but a really good, you know,
Yeah.
really good positive. See, if I do a practice swing like this, you imagine you're playing against me, right?
Yeah.
If I do a practice swing like this,
Yeah.
as opposed to a practice swing like this,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you're thinking? Well, I know that guy. The second guy's thinking the backswing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because he's doing also. And
Yeah.
so the second guy, all his attention's back here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first guy's probably not worried too much about what
Yeah.
he's doing back there.
Uh-huh.
First guy's definitely making a,
Yeah.
you know, he's getting a real good
Yeah.
feel for everything as it comes through. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to be the first guy.
Be the first guy.
Practice swing. Practice swing. What does a good follow through feel like. I want you to start saying things like, I feel like my body's turning through. It feels like my hands and arms are quite passive.
Yeah.
It feels like I've got the club face under control. Things like that is what we're trying to feel, okay? Nice, good balance at the end of the swing there. I like that, really nice. Really nice, well done. Excellent, really good shot.
That felt really nice.
Yeah, very nice. Good, strike's actually staying fairly central on us as well at the moment, which is quite nice. As we're not drifting too far into the heel, which is great. Show me a good follow through. Nice. Good. See, I'll sometimes do this wee exercise with people, right? It's all playing about with ideas. Just set yourself up, guys. They're all similar ideas, but just to give you a feel. You stay there, and you just swing the club back to about here. Just there. Right. Now I want you just to slowly start your downswing now, slowly. Yeah, come on, get the body working. There you go. Now your club face, you're not gonna release early there, are you?
No.
That's quite a powerful position as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? Feel that in your stomach?
Yeah.
There you go, you see that there? So that's the kind of feeling we want almost we're coming into the ball. We almost want to feel like we're coming into the ball. The big muscles are driving it.
Yeah. And my knees actually
Yeah.
coming into.
Yeah, big, do that again, sorry.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you were doing that, that pressure that I put there, start the downswing, there, feel that strong, okay?
Yeah.
And through the ball, that club face is not going to shut down. You
No.
see, it's going to stay sort of
Stable.
and square to slightly open, which is going to stop it going left on you. Nice. Say that again. What does that downswing feel like? Okay. Not bad. Right, what I want you to do now is I want you to take your 8-iron.
Mm-hmm.
And what we might do with this 8-iron here, we might not necessarily start off with full bloodage. I mean, you can maybe start off with just like a 3/4 backswing. But what I want from you is a really good positive follow through. Okay. So I want you to feel that ball position still going to stay fairly central. That's it. So we can go 3/4 shortish backswing, 3/4 backswing, good follow through. That's it. What does that feel like? Okay. What does that good follow through feel like? You want that balance and solidity that you were getting with your wedges. I want to try and get that with the 8-iron as well. That's it. Quite interesting though. Look at that. Look at those two numbers. That's
Yeah.
quite nice.
Attack angle's good.
Attack angle, but if we can keep that neutral with a good attack angle, that's a great start.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really good start. Back to swing. That's it. Get the focus on the follow through.
Yeah.
Get the focus on the follow through. That's it. A really good positive follow through. Okay. Ooh, quite like that. That's, how'd that one feel?
Very nice.
There you go. And quite get impact on it. Interesting to see. Oops. Get light on that. I don't think it was far off the middle though. Yeah, it looked pretty near the middle to me. Path was almost perfectly neutral there, which was quite interesting. Oops, easy. Very neutral there, so not much of an over the top move, is there?
No.
Club, look how nicely that club comes back to the left through the ball.
Mm-hmm.
See that there?
Mm-hmm.
Really nice, and a really nice, neutral golf shot. And that's a lovely now. There, what was the dodgy one? It was that one there. So that'd be an interesting comparison there compare that one against there.
Uh-huh.
There's an interesting comparison. So one of them went 153 feet left, and one of them went 7 feet left. Look at the numbers there. So your attack angle obviously on the down. You know, if we look at your backswing, you know, very little difference on the backswing. Came down. Probably the main difference is just that feeling that you just a wee bit more through to the left, bit more up on your toe maybe. Whereas on this one, maybe a bit more chasey out to the right with the hands and arms. You see that?
Yeah.
So that little, and that's maybe something, you know, that's maybe something that, because you've been a wee bit worried about coming over the top with the driver, there's maybe been a little bit of you trying to swing from inside to out with the irons. We maybe don't have to feel that with the irons. In fact, you're almost better with the irons. I think when you let the body turn, pull you that way.
Uh-huh.
I think when you try and maybe swing a little bit more from inside out, I think it potentially sets your irons off in the wrong line.
Yeah.
We lose the downward blow. You see that?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's it. What does the follow through feel like? Ball in the middle of the stance, hands slightly forward. What does that good follow through feel like? Okay.
Dispersion's a lot tighter.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good point. It's trying to lose those kind of wild shots, okay? Lose those really wild ones. And again, you got it?
It actually feels, dare I say, a bit simpler. A wee bit late there.
But here's the way to look at it as well, right? You didn't feel you had a particularly good shot there, okay? But if you look at the result, it's not a bad result, is
Yeah,
it?
it's fine.
You know, it's within your sort of, you know, we're not kind of in the danger, you know, way out here.
Yeah.
It's still like, you know, you're going to be sitting
Still
20
good.
feet right at the stick.
Good carry for an 8
Yeah,
iron.
you got a lot of distance on that one there. Maybe a wee bit of a flyer off the crappy balls, but back to swing. Follow through. Follow through. What's it going to feel like? Body turn. That's it. Body. It's almost like the body pulls the club to the finish. You feel that there?
Yeah.
And see, the interesting thing is, everybody feels it differently. That's why, you know, it's that's why I'm asking you questions. What does it feel like? Because, you know, what one person feels, somebody else might feel it in a different part of their body. Okay.
Feels like I'm getting a bit of a side crunch going.
Mm-hmm.
That was me trying to not hit it off the heel.
Was it? Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting, a wee bit less on the down there. Club face closed, obviously. Swing it back again. Good. Now, as I say, if you turn the body through, as you keep the body turning, that's what keeps the club face open. You see, if that body stalls, then the club can close over on you. So we need to keep the body turning to keep the club face open.
Yeah.
Okay, that body has to keep moving. It has to keep turning. You don't want to stop the rotation of the body as you come through impact. That's it. That's it. Nice. Nice. There you go.
That's really nice. Wow.
That's a really nice shot, that, wasn't it?
Carrying 150, total 160,
Beautiful
and
action.
cold with an 8 it feels easier. Because what I was doing before was just, I was trying to just get the, you know, it feels like more effort. Whereas now,
What did you do there? Was that you with your old swing, was it?
yeah,
was interesting. I did watch. You see that there? So that was interesting. You saying that was your old swing. The club head speed actually went down on that. You see that 78.7, and that was you there. We actually look at the one before it, where you felt like you were effort,
Jeez.
81.8.
That's
which is
crazy.
interesting, isn't it? You know. So you think. Here's an interesting thing, right? You'd think that if you watch me. You think that if you move really quick here with your hands and arms, actually a lot of time you swing slower.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you get everything working together, there's actually more there's more
Yeah.
speed actually at the ball.
Yeah.
So actually swinging faster earlier on with your hands and arms can often make you lose distance.
Yeah.
Although distance is not really what we're after.
No.
It's really just control of the club head and the body through the shot. I think was what we're looking at here. Oh, I like that one. That looked a really smooth movement through the ball there. How did that
a
feel?
lot. Wow.
Yeah, that was really nice. That was really nice there. Look at that. Really nice shot, wasn't it? And there was the strike. It'd be interesting to see where you were on the strike there. You were a wee bit too in the centre there. Where you were. That was nice. That was nice, wasn't it?
That looks really nice.
Quite balanced, eh?
So
What I'm really liking about that is that